Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. This is Chandra, and in today's reading, it's a little bit different than your everyday normal reading. In this particular reading, we have our querent, which is Karen, is what we'll use. And Karen wants to know about her aunt. Her aunt, she explains, is sort of this dysfunctional person. She tends to be a little needy, somewhat greedy, manipulative, deceitful in some ways. But she seems to kind of have this, for whatever reason, and Karen's not exactly sure. Her aunt Karen wants to kind of latch onto her and feel this attachment to her, and has been this way ever since Karen's been a child. But Karen's not really sure why this is, especially given the fact that Karen really doesn't care much for her personal life, doesn't really make an effort herself to really be in her aunt's life too much. But her aunt kind of, almost has this codependent type relationship, not just with Karen, but I guess with other people as well, to where it just really boggles Karen's mind as to why her aunt is like this. And so she wants to know today, what is kind of the root cause of this dysfunctional behavior of her aunts in the eyes of the spiritual world. So let's get her some answers. So we're going to do a 7-card reading. This is going to get us some perspective on things. And yeah, I'm really excited for today's reading. So we actually got 2 readings for Karen. This is our first one. We'll do that in this live stream. And guys, if you guys haven't already done so, if you like, if you've seen these videos that we put out, or that I put out before, by all means, like the videos if you like them. If you don't, well, be nice. I don't know, but of course, you're always more than welcome. I'm just kidding here, but you're always welcome to like the video, give it the old thumbs up. That does help our channel and stuff. It gets more viewership and stuff, and then other people can benefit as well. And it also helps if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And we do put out a lot of videos from time to time. This is actually the first live stream that I'm doing on the channel. Most of the videos I've done have been pre-edited and cut and things, and not so much on the cuff. But I find that just for time and everything, that this is just a much faster way of doing things. And if you hit that bell icon, you can actually participate in these live streams as well. You can join the comment section. You can give live comments and what have you to Karen in this particular video, but to anyone that we're doing a video for. If you're a divination expert, a tarot reader, anyone that is, of the helping arts, healing arts, feel welcome. Whatever advice you want to give, I can give, so long as it's positive and it's not out to hurt anyone's feelings or to mess with anybody mentally. Those positive comments and things are definitely welcome on this channel. So 7-card draw. We have the first 3 cards. The first 3 cards we're going to do is going to be past, present, and future. The future, I calibrate to about 3 months out. The answer card comes next, and then the answer card, what is basically is it's sort of like the key to the whole situation, to what is the root cause of Karen's aunt's behavior and all this kind of thing according to the spiritual world, so on and so forth. But we also have the energy. We have the, and then we also have Karen's hopes, fears, desires, behavior, all these kind of things. And then finally, we'll have the outcome card. And so that's 7 cards. Let's continue. First card is carrying a heavy load, trying to get to where we need to go. So Karen's aunt, she carries a lot of things. And the wands are real fiery. There's a lot of fire in this here. It's a lot of weight. It's about creating things. But by the time you've created so much and you've put so much energy out there and stuff like that, it becomes really a burden. And that's what this card is all about. It's about putting a lot out there. This is the past. This is a situation from the past. So in the past, Karen's aunt was really, like if you tell a lot of lies, or you're being deceitful, or you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, and you're doing that enough times, eventually carrying all of that energy it becomes a real struggle, and it's a real hardship, and it doesn't really do you any justice at that point. In the future, or I'm sorry, in the present moment, we have this. We have the, wow, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups. And in the 8 of Cups here, we have someone turning their back on a relationship. That's the present situation. That's where Karen is. She wants to get out of this ordeal with her aunt and leave those relationships behind. Oftentimes when this card appears in a spread, it's because the person is either just really burned out, too troubled by the relationships, too much toxicity going on, and they're just really wanting to be free from that. And you notice the water there. They're willing just to walk off and leave the past in the past. And we have the moon, and it's just this particular card here. It's very telling of just, I'm washing myself of this situation. You know, there's going to be a change, and that change is coming. And eight in relationships is really about, you know, we've gotten to a place where we've built some good relationships or solid relationships with people and that, but for whatever reason, they're no longer working for us. And so it's time to cut our losses. That's where we're at. In the future, we've got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is the wish card, basically. This is where the cup overfloweth. In this particular card, this is a really great card, actually. In the near future, by cutting those relationships out of your life, with your aunt and just any kind of toxic relationships, things that have been a crutch for you or have been a hindrance more than anything. A lot of positive energy, a lot of positive relationship things are going to come about from that. Again, we're talking cups. Cups are about relationships. This is definitely about new relationships. We have the Ace of Cups. Aces are about new beginnings. So we're going to see some really positive new relationships start to come into play for you, probably in about 3 months or so from now. Yeah, about 2 3/4 to 3 months out is what I'm picking up. Now, the answer card to all of this is the the Page of Cups. If you guys forgive me. Sorry about that, guys. So I need to learn to hold on to things a little bit better. So we have the Page of Cups here. And Page of Cups, again, we're talking about relationships, only this time it's a message of relationships. We'll talk about this card in a little bit more detail here in a moment when we get to the outcome. As far as the energy that's surrounding this, leaving these toxic relationships and things behind, it's this. It's the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about money, sovereignty. It's about, you know, this king here is a little bit narcissistic, I always think of, or a little bit, has a little bit of an ego. And, you know, he's okay. You know, monetarily, he's well off. He can call the shots. Things are there. It's just pretty kind of smug look on his face a little bit. But whenever I get this card in someone's spread, it usually is telling me that the energy there is just like, you know, I can do whatever I want to do. You know, I'm in control of the situation. And that's exactly where this energy is. It's like, you are in control, Karen, of this situation. Financially, you're okay. You know, in terms of your resources and things, you're okay. So things are fine for you as far as that, for walking away and moving in that new direction so that you can have new things in your life, things that are more desirable for you. So why not, right? Now we have your actual hopes, desires. This is sort of like your wish, what you would like to see happen with this whole situation. And we have, let me hold on to this card a little bit better here so you guys can see it. We have the Knight of Swords. Swords are about conflict, mental conflict. Knights, they're really about action, taking action, like this sort of. So you have the fire, and then you have the air with the swords. And so we have, in this particular kind of a situation, this is about fast action, cutting things out. This is what you want. You want to disconnect yourself from this situation with your aunt. And let's look at the outcome card as far as the question goes, specifically the question surrounding your aunt, and primarily about your aunt's dysfunctional behaviors in the eyes of the spiritual world. What's the root cause of it? Let's find out. This is very telling. So your aunt is in a mental prison, mental because we have the swords, prison because look, we have somebody, they look captured, don't they? But the reality is that they're free to go and do whatever they want, and they're swords that they can cut themselves free at any time, but they just don't know it. They're blind to the truth. And so it's about mental activity. So that's where your aunt is. So almost picking up something maybe like your aunt may suffer from a personality disorder. It could be something like a combination also. It could be like histrionics personality disorder. You might do a Google search, check that out a little bit, get some research on that. Also, I'm kind of picking up maybe even a little narcissism there as well. And that could be a lot of, why she acts a lot of the way she does, even though you perceive her to be really unable to take care of herself, and, needing help from others, but presenting or portraying or projecting herself as like, that's not the case. So you see that happen a lot with some, and here's the thing with personality disorders, you really can't correct those. So if that's the case, really your option is like you said, it's to really leave that situation. Page of Cups here is the message of relationships. This page right here brings a message of relationships, but it's also a spiritual message as well for you. And it's to do things in a very karmically sound way, doing things in a nice way. Don't do things hastily. Don't do things to where it causes too much mental anguish on either side, or you'll experience that yourself. If you do things in a nice way and whatnot, in a balanced way, you're going to have calmer waters like you see kind of in here and in some of these other cards that you've got. All right, so that is the reading. Got quite a bit from that. And so now we have the insight. So basically, answer the question, be as transparent and as stated as I can possibly be with this and all. Your aunt more than likely has some kind of personality disorder that is causing her, in her mind, it's hard to understand this, but causing it in her mind is she's trapped. She's feeling like she's in bondage, but as kind of a safety mechanism, she's projecting differently. And so that's a lot of what's going on with her. Guys, if you have any other comments or anything, you'd like to leave them in the comment section below. If you do divination of any kind, or if you're a counselor, or mental health expert, anybody like that that would like to chime in on this. Of course, we are, sort of a disclaimer here. We're not mental health experts or anything like that. So we just kind of give spiritual advice and do it in the nicest possible way that we possibly can. So if you have any questions, Karen, please reach out to me. I'm always here for you. As your tarot coach, I've got your back. I make myself available to all my clients. Anyone that needs help, I'm here definitely for you. And again, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please set the bell notification icon. That way you can get notifications every time we come on and do these live streams. This is my first live stream actually doing it. So yay, live stream. But as I get busier and I have more clients and we're doing more of these videos, this is the reason we're doing that. And one other last thing I do want to mention, and this was just something that was brought to my attention by someone. And notice I only use really first names on this, and that's really to protect people's privacy. However, I do want to make it kind of a sort of put it out there that if you're watching this channel and things, and I'm doing a reading for you, if you prefer that I just use like a first initial or something like that, that's fine too. We can do that. I don't want to get, especially, and I normally will do that if somebody has kind of an irregular name or something that's not so common, but a common name like Karen or Tom or Mike or Peter or something along this line, I just tend to use a name because there's so many people named that name that it doesn't really violate anyone's privacy so far as I'm concerned. But if you have privacy concerns or anything like that, fair enough. I definitely will respect your privacy. If I do a recording or a video for you and you want me to take it down, just ask me. I'll be more than happy to do that as well, if you feel like it's going to interfere with your life somehow. So thanks so much. Namaste and peace. I'll see you guys on the next video.